you never bother me. I feel happy and fine, ha-ha. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Having got a lot, I don't need a lot, coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
Of course, the TCF Center is set to reopen in the morning to start giving booster shots to people who are immunocompromised. Mara McDonald live at the TCF Center. Mara, for now, though, these boosters will only be available at the TCF drive-thru, right?
Correct, Evan, and only for Detroiters, and you absolutely have got to have an appointment in order to get in here. Some other things for you to know, only open to Detroiters. Let me show you. The TCF vaccination site is gearing up to get shots in arms again. Here's how the city is executing this. It's open to Detroiters only who are immunocompromised, aged 12 and up, who have been fully vaccinated for at least 6 months.
That third dose makes you even more protected as an incentive. Trouble, of course, has been some mixed messaging, some movement of the timeline on when that third dose will be fully approved. I know you have said that you still believe by the week of September 20th or close that the White House will be able to move forward on its plan for booster shots. But governors, understandably frustrated about some of this guidance. Have a listen. I want to get your reaction.
We've got people that are well beyond 6 months, that are 60 and older, that need the booster shot. And we can't give it to them because we're being held up by, you know, the nation and on the federal level right now.
We need clear guidance on these booster shots because it undermines, the credibility of it.
When, in your best guess, well, not just governors, but folks watching right now know exactly when and what boosters they will get and should get?
Well, we're still aiming for the week of September the 20th. It would have been optimal to get, at least with the mRNAs, to get both Pfizer and Moderna to roll out the booster program at the same time simultaneously. It looks now it is possible, and I think likely, that you will see Pfizer get rolled out first because the data that they submitted to the FDA. Remember, you've got to get approval. All of this, Jim, and we've said that from the very beginning, is contingent on the FDA regulatory approval and the recommendation of the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices to the CDC. Pfizer has gotten those data into the FDA. They're going over it now. I think they're going to be on time. Moderna may be a bit behind, but not much. So I think that you're going to get both of them out. They may not be absolutely simultaneously, but it's going to be close.
By the end of this month?
I would hope so. I think they'd probably end no more than a couple of weeks behind, if that much.
Okay.
Right now, only open to Detroiters and only open to those who are considered immunocompromised. We are live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Appreciate the information, Mara. Thank you.
But now they're talking about boosters for everybody. And that's based on data that we haven't seen yet. According to the latest that I've heard, this has been formally submitted to the FDA by both Pfizer and Moderna. Their data at 8 or 9 months suggesting that protection may be waning and that a boost will be effective in restoring and perhaps even improving the protection that the vaccine gave after the second dose.
How do we know? So 8 months, there's nothing magical about 8 months. They're just saying, look, when we test people's, antibody levels, we see a dip at the 8-month mark?
So there's, again, I haven't seen the data that they have submitted, but there's a number of different ways this could have been done. They could have just tested levels of antibody against the spike protein, which is what the vaccine generates, or they could have gone even further and looked specifically at neutralizing antibody levels, which is harder to do, but certainly they are capable of doing that. And if the neutralizing antibody levels have dropped off, that's more important because those are specifically the fraction of the antibodies that knock the virus out. But until I see the actual data, the actual paper or what was submitted to the FDA, it's hard for me to judge exactly what the FDA is going to be basing the decision on yet.
Is this booster shot, will it be the same dose as one of the other shots?
As far as I know, it will be, though I do know that at least Moderna was looking at a half-strength booster as well, but I don't know what the data there shows. That is the half-strength as good or better, or is it that you need the full dose? It's really, again, dependent on what the data showed. Just like in everything else we've been saying along the way, the key here is to be guided by the science, to be guided by the facts, not by a person's opinion that a third dose will just be better, not the companies who make it saying we want to give people boosters.
Right.
But by looking at the data and finding out whether or not it's useful and necessary.
Doctor, what if I think I've got the antibodies, I don't need the booster? Is there a way to get tested or something before I go and get this booster shot?
I don't know. I don't know. You don't know. Peter Daszak doesn't know. Well, maybe he knows, but I don't think he knows.
Again, there are different tests out there, but most of them do not give you a number, like a value of how much antibody you have. They just give you a yes, you have them, or no, you don't. And even the ones that do give you a number, most of those are not giving you neutralizing antibody. They're just giving you antibody. So unfortunately, we don't necessarily have a test that says this person needs it and this person doesn't.
All right, very good. Dr. Sims, we thank you always for giving us up-to-date information. Again, a scientist, Matthew Sims, Director of Infectious Disease Research for Beaumont Health. Thanks, Doctor. We'll be talking to you soon.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Serious crap.